Well, good noontime, everybody. The latest on Harvey right here. Believe it or not, Harvey is what you see outside. It's the backside of the storm. We're getting 28 to 30-mile-an-hour winds out there. Little breezy, cloudy when you see temperatures in the 70s in August. That's pretty rare. But at least as of right now, we've got some little better news that Harvey's eye is beginning to move. And as that happens, we can finally predict when it's going to be out of here. While we have dropped all the watches and warnings for Nueces County, San Patricio County, things are looking good here, but the tropical storm is not that far away. And as a result, some of our counties to the north are still under the flood watch, as you see right about there. As you move upstream, obviously, it's much worse in the Houston area in terms of flooding. Obviously for us it was the 130-mile-an-hour winds. For them it's the 2 feet of rain. If you haven't heard, 2 feet of rain have fallen in the Houston area. Could be up to 3 or 4 before it's all over. For the Refugio County areas, we have many of our streams and creeks that are going to be in flood stage. Now let me just say the following. In about 2 days, most of the remnants of Harvey will be gone. We'll see the sunshine. But in about 2 days, a lot of the water that's coming from the north is going to be flooding downstream. As a result, anybody who lives along a river bottom is going to be dealing with that flooding. So the Mission, the Copano, the San Antonio River, the Guadalupe River, and then on up to the Houston area where everything is out of bank. So let's take a look at that. Of course, our friends in Houston are now suffering with the flood waters. The entire county of Harris County is under a flood warning, so many or most of the roadways are either underwater. The freeways, which are generally a little bit higher up, most of them have some places of flooding, so they're just telling people to stay put and do not move. All the dots in purple, you can see we're down here. But just to the north of us, from maybe Copano all the way over to Houston, all those rivers are in major flood. So basically, they're not only out of their banks, but they're way out of their banks. In fact, I believe it's the Brazos River. It's probably going to go to a new all-time record high of flood crest in about 2 days. So even though it stops, if it were sunny tomorrow in Houston, they'd still be under the gun for another week as all the water has to drain off. This is a tornado watch, which is still in effect, but there is a little bit of glimmer of hope for the Houston area in that Harvey is coming back down into the water. Not going to re-strengthen much, but even as it moves as a tropical storm, will start rolling to the north. If the current path stays on track, they'll get a much needed break. But as I mentioned, this loop is the last 12 hours, and you can see how the intense lines of storms right about there that developed all the way from the Gulf brought all that Gulf moisture up into this region of the world. We have been, well, how do I say this, on the lucky side of the storm. We've been on the backside, so we've been getting those gusty winds and the light rain bands. No serious problems as far as we're concerned. And now the center of the storm should start moving and hopefully into Louisiana. So here is what we expect for your long-term forecast. Harvey remnants today, a little bit tomorrow, but by the end of Tuesday, I think some clearing. You'll see the sun on Wednesday. By Thursday, Friday will be sunny skies, warm and steamy, getting up to about 90 degrees. Mike, that's your forecast. Back to you.